Hey guys, I have a 1996 Dodge Avenger. It's the 2.5 liter V6. Today I'm going to be doing the tune-up, and everybody that owns these cars, in order to do the tune-up and successfully do the spark plugs and wires, you have to take off the intake manifold, or plenum as it's called, which is this right here. I've already unbolted most everything. I'm going to go over it and show you guys everything that's here. I've removed the hood because it was just so much easier to do, removing the hood. To get to the back bolts, I'll explain in a minute. It's just 4 bolts, really easy to do. I did it by myself. I mean, it'd probably help if I had somebody here with me, but I don't. Alright, now there's 7 bolts for the plenum, just for the main part of the plenum. I've went ahead and I like to put bolts back exactly where they came from, so I'm kind of like OCD about it, but I wrote like 1 down, 2, etc. And then you just take all your bolts and put them in bags and label it. Like, there's the plenum bolts, 12 millimeter. The EGR bolts are 13 millimeters, and the brackets next to it and whatnot that still keep the plenum in place are 12 millimeter. You get the idea. Just make sure you put everything back. I put everything in bags because I don't know if I'm going to get to finish it tonight. It's starting to get dark out. But back to the engine here. You're obviously going to have the 7 bolts, 1 there, 1 here, the brackets for right here that hold them on. I didn't label those. It's kind of common sense there. But you can see I wrote like a number 4 here. And just label your bolts. Make sure they're all labeled. You know, I like to do it because, you know, I'm kind of a novice at this. I've been working on cars for a couple years now. And I'm kind of a do-it-yourself kind of guy. Now, I've seen a video of it wasn't taken apart, and the guy actually removed the throttle body. I didn't see the point in that, so I just went ahead and did all the clips and everything, took them off, vacuum lines, etc., and pulled them off instead of taking the throttle body off, because that's just more money for another gasket. What's the point of doing it? I found it easier this way. Now, I pulled the whole battery tray out. And the battery tray was a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie. That was definitely a pain in the ass. I don't know why they did it that way. But the battery tray lays in here like so. And it literally bolts down in there like that. They're a pain in the ass to get to those 2 bolts. I managed to do it with some extensions, but the reason why I took them off is because I'm going to end up doing the distributor and rotor as well. As you see here, there's a screw here, and then there's one down here, so having that tray out gave me some extra room. Alright, now I'm going to pull this off and show you. And if you look here too, the accelerator cable, I pulled this off as well. It was, I believe, 10 millimeter nut. Pretty easy, came right off. Just mark everything, put it down. Now I'll lift this off and show you the back side. Okay, there it is, removed. And if you look here, these are the hoses, and like this is your EGR return. Here, you know, you're going to need a new gasket for that. You're going to want to clean that up too. And there's another bolt here that holds this in place, and another bolt here, and this was where the accelerator, cable was. Some vacuum lines. Now, if you notice, I marked the hoses. I put like little, it's going to be hard to see, but that circle there, I put a circle on the hose, or numbers, you know, just to make sure you put all the hoses back where they belong. Like this, I marked. You can see the 1. There's a 1 on the other side of this. It helps really to allow you to put everything back together. Even same thing with the electrical clips. Like if you look here, I wrote a 6 on it, and then a 6 where it goes back to, which is actually over here on it. I don't know if you could see it, but I wrote a 6 on here as well. You know, so it really helps anybody that's a do-it-yourself or a novice, whatever it may be. It really helps to know where to put everything back together. I read online that the torque specifications for the plenum intake manifold bolts are 168 inch-pounds. Converted, that is 15 foot-pounds of torque. So you're definitely going to want a torque wrench when you put them back on. And you're definitely going to want to replace the gasket. Get all your gaskets. Don't do it sloppy. Do it right, you know. And then after that, you know, you pull the spark plugs. If you know how to do that, you should. But if not, I'll make another video or a part 2 to it. But I'm also going to be replacing the valve cover gaskets while I'm in here, so I'll even put a video for that. So expect a couple parts to this. Thanks.